Have you been looking like a schizophrenic just now starting to relax after my last speech? Well, I'm back to talk about bed bugs yet again. I want to continue on this topic but from the angle of treatment, pressing you to take specific action if you know the problem is now in your home. Taking action is essential here. Not just any action, but specific action. Many people think they can ignore the problem and affect letting it grow, or they treat it in dangerous and non-productive ways. Heat is the number one solution and is even more effective when coupled with other steps that typically, if done by themselves, don't solve the problem. I'm going to cover myths and mistakes about treatments, benefits, and why it's best, ending with ways heat treatment is available to you. Freezing only works when fast acting, meaning within 1 to 2 seconds, typically with CO2 and administered by a professional. At any slower rate, the bedbugs simply adapt to the temperature. It would take 2 weeks at 0 degrees to kill them. Powders like DE and cling to their exoskeleton and kill them essentially by dehydration. Powders don't kill the eggs in the early stages of nymphs, enabling future reproduction. Bombs containing chemicals many bedbugs are now resistant to. Bombs are also slow acting, and bedbugs actually move away from the fog, deeper into the walls and hiding spaces, making them harder to treat. Bombs to eradicate bedbugs are actually illegal in several states and countries, being that they make the issue worse. As with bombs, insecticides fall short in the same way. Resistance to chemicals and the fact that they typically don't kill the eggs or the early stages of nymphs unless there is direct contact. There are limitations to where insecticides can be sprayed due to its very toxic content. Information on bedbugs.org speaks to this, saying there are a couple of mistakes that homeowners often make when they discover that they have an infestation. Most common is spraying or using a bedbug bomb. Such actions usually cause the bedbugs to find another hiding place, or they move into an adjacent room or apartment. I've mentioned what doesn't work. Now let me reiterate with 4 reasons why heat does. Number 1, when you hit a bedbug with heat, it kills all stages of life, dying with exposure at 120 degrees and over. 2, heat treatment is fast acting. Information on EPA.gov titled Controlling Bedbugs Using IPM says, heat-infested articles and or areas to at least 120 degrees for 90 minutes to ensure that the eggs are killed. The higher the temperature, the shorter the time needed to kill all stages of life. Heat also penetrates well, moving around where you need it. I was personally able to use the heat of our Texas summer to bake much of what I owned in a large vehicle. Using the external heat from outside combined with the heat of the vehicle's heater, the temperature reached 160 degrees. I baked everything for 6 hours. The 4th and last benefit of heat I'm going to mention is that it is safe for your kids, yourself, and your pets, being that it is non-toxic. This isn't the case for other remedies. Cases often show that when one uses a single chemical method to treat bed bugs, they will use much more than suggested, causing many kinds of injuries to themselves, their families, and their pets. The best solution to eradicate your bedbug issue, first and foremost, is heat. In the interview Bedbug Confidential, entomologist Kenneth Hayes says the safest and most effective approach to getting rid of bedbugs is heat treatment. If you couple the heat with the powders, growth inhibitors, and insecticides, you have the highest chance of ridding yourself of these little vampire monsters. There are many ways that you can get access to products that produce heat. I personally purchased a steamer. Its temperatures reaches over 220 degrees. It came with many hoses and attachments, including one for the floor, making the job much easier. You can also use the summer heat to your advantage, as long as you monitor the temperature. Again, the temperature must be 120 degrees or above. There are also professionals that specifically specialize in heat treatment. They don't even deal with chemicals at all. Also available to you are heating units that you can buy or rent and do your home room by room. So summing up, I've mentioned some of the faulty remedies that when done alone don't do the job, but in combination with heat, you have your number one defense against these bed bugs. Recapping, heat penetrates, kills all stages of life, is non-toxic, and fast-acting. I've only mentioned what you should use as a solution, but don't have enough time to tell you how to use it. Always do your own research, ask lots of questions, and know that these bed bugs can be beat. Why try methods that alone won't work when they can be beat by heat? I hope you aren't checking your bed 3 and 4 times a day while Googling psych doctors dealing with entomophobia. For a peace of mind, I promise this will be the last speech I do on bed bugs. Sleep tight.